Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday, the 14th of February. Two key players at Fletcher Building are ditching the company as its first half financial results are released. Chief Executive Ross Taylor is resigning alongside Chair Bruce Hassel. Fletcher's reports a $120 million interim net loss after tax. Share prices have plummeted and sit around $4 now, despite being around $7 3 years ago. The company's been under a trading halt for days and recently had multi-million-dollar cost increases to flagship builds. Outgoing boss Ross Taylor says provisions have been disappointing.
And it's really important, I think, as a leader of this business that you accept accountability, particularly in the role of CEO.
Legislation to increase benefits in line with inflation rather than wage growth is being read under urgency in the House. Social Development Minister Louise Upston says this will protect benefit recipients' purchasing power and their financial resources,
while also ensuring that the costs associated with the benefit system remain sustainable and manageable in the long term.
But Labor's Carmel Cepoloni says the previous government's decision to attach welfare rates to wage growth was evidence-based.
We have been told by experts, people like the Children's Commissioner, this is one of the most important things that we could do to actually address child poverty.
Labor's Three Waters legislation has now been officially flushed. A bill to repeal the Water Services Act has passed its third reading in the House. The government aims to implement its replacement through two further bills by mid-next year. Local Government Minister Simeon Brown says it moves water asset ownership back to councils where it belongs.
Councils know what is needed for their communities and should not be forced or mandated to take a one-size-fits-all approach.
But Labor's Kieran McAnulty, who headed Labor's reforms, says councils will be forced to pass on costs.
When, in the future, people receive rate bills that they can't afford, they can look back to the decision that this government has made.
The Public Service Commission has undergone its annual review as a shake-up to the sector is flagged. The Commission has fronted a parliamentary select committee with Public Service Minister Nicola Willis. Willis is directing agencies to find cost savings, but has confirmed the government isn't keen on reducing people's pay. Commissioner Peter Hughes says they're in discussions about salary increases.
To re-look at the expectations around wages and salaries in the public sector, we're going through that process with the Minister.
The property market's in a better place this year compared to last January. Real Estate Institute data shows listings have increased by 10.4% nationally, while the total number of properties sold has risen by 4.9% year on year. Chief Executive Jen Baird says 10 regions saw an increase in the number of sales.
Bay of Plenty up 45.3%, Northland up 26.7%, bearing in mind those were two markets that were really impacted by those Auckland anniversary floods.
To sport. The Melbourne Rebels' fate will be known by early next month after documents revealed they have just over $17,000 in the bank. Manchester City have moved a step closer to a quarter-final berth in football's Champions League, the defending champions securing a 3-1 win away to FC Copenhagen. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.